Welcome. The workplace provides a wealth of opportunities and possibilities through which anyone can make a difference every day. It only takes one person to make a difference in the workplace, to create a positive ripple effect at the workplace, in business, and in the community. Positive ripple effects can create lasting change. Today's training is simply a reminder of why professional behavior is so important. We've probably all been in a situation in which one negative comment from a person can snowball into 4 or 5 negative people or comments. Humans naturally engage in emotional contagion, and it takes work to walk away from situations like this. Look at the opposite spectrum from emotional contagion, though. A place where we value those we work with and treat them with respect, productivity, quality, morale, and loyalty. If focus is put on these behaviors, we will have less time to go down a negative path. All the other essential ingredients of a successful organization will be enhanced by centering our attention on treating each other with dignity and respect, such as customer perceptions and relationships. As we can see from the images, projections of negative attitudes will result in just that, negative and unmotivated behaviors. Our attitudes and behavior have a significant impact on our workforce. If we seem cynical, mistrusting, angry, disrespectful, or disillusioned in front of our teammates, don't be surprised when they act the same. On the other spectrum, think of the possibilities if we all commit to exhibiting hope, trust, optimism, respect, and positive energy. Promoting a culture of value and quality takes concerted effort and commitment. Take a look at a few points we can do every day to help enhance our culture. When an organization's employees align their workplace values, people begin to understand one another. Everyone does the right things for the right reasons, and this common purpose and understanding helps people build great working relationships. Value alignment helps the organization as a whole to achieve its core mission. When values are out of alignment, people work towards different goals with different intentions and with different outcomes. This can damage work relationships, productivity, job satisfaction, and creative potential. Another aspect of positive and professional workplace behavior is fair treatment. One of the most important and necessary ways in which we can make a progressive difference is by acting justly in the workplace. That is the fairness with which we treat employees, make decisions, set policies and procedures, and interact and communicate with each other. The workplace presents daily opportunities to act with justice on behalf of our coworkers and management. But justice also goes beyond fairness. As you review these examples of fair treatment, remember it's just not the right thing to do, it's the law. Fair and just treatment is about having solid ethics. Ethical conduct is the basis of long-term success for any organization. All employees should act ethically in their interactions with clients, coworkers, and the company. Ethical conduct on the job involves knowing what is right and wrong in the workplace and consistently doing what is right. It means understanding and following the company's code of ethics in all work-related interactions. If you would like to learn more about OnePass Code of Ethics, please refer to our employee handbook, which is found on the ADP site. In today's rapidly changing business climate, with all its competitive pressures, it's often difficult to tell what's right or wrong. Many ethical problems fall into a gray area where what is right or wrong is not always obvious. Doing what is ethically right is often confused with what is easiest, quickest, or cheapest. Many notable corporate role models in recent years have crossed the line for personal profit or because of misguided notions of organizational loyalty. A firm understanding of ethical conduct on the job provides everyone in the organization with the same moral compass to follow in times of uncertainty, crisis, and competition. Behaving ethically on the job starts with maintaining a high standard of personal integrity in all of your professional interactions. It's important to appreciate the degree of influence we have over others. For example, our need to be aware of the ripple effect of a solid work ethic. Work ethics pertain to a person's attitudes, feelings, and beliefs about work. The state of a person's work ethic determines how that person relates to occupational responsibilities, such as goal setting, hardworking accountability, task completion, reliability, cooperation, communication, honesty, effort, timeliness, determination, leadership, stewardship, and dedication. Your attitude determines your attitude. It's a phrase commonly used to lift perspective and encourage productivity. A new study reveals that integrity and attitude are two of the most important deciding factors. The CEO of Express Employment Professional puts it this way: even the best education is no substitute for a good attitude. Of course, education is important, but while employers can teach their employees new skills, it's much more difficult to teach things like integrity, work ethic, or attitude. Employers want people who can get the job done, of course, but they also want to effectively work alongside their employees on a daily basis with good work ethics. Behaving ethically also means complying with laws, regulations, and accepted standards of behavior that govern the industry. An ethical professional protects a company's confidential information such as trade secrets, customer databases, and other proprietary information, which if released might give competitors an edge against the organization. Employees and management must also protect client confidentiality. In the course of a relationship, the company often learns many sensitive details about a customer's business. This data must be protected just as we protect our own company's confidential information. Behaving ethically also means avoiding conflicts of interest. For example, using insider information for personal gain or taking inducements from suppliers to favor their products and services. Consistently making ethical choices on the job is difficult. It requires you to balance many, often competing interests. Here are some important questions that you can use to test any potential course of action to determine if you are making the ethical decision. Does what I propose to do comply with the company's policies and procedures? Would this course of action violate any laws or regulations? Do I need to discuss this problem with my boss and get his or her approval? What have others in the organization done in similar situations in the past, and how has that turned out? Will my decision be fair to everyone who will be affected by it now and in the future? As a second phase to analyzing if the decision you are making is ethical, dig just a little bit deeper, such as, is this decision in the best interest of the organization, employees, customers, vendors, stockholders, the community, and other stakeholders? Am I under any pressure to make a decision with which I'm not comfortable? And if so, where is this pressure coming from? Would someone I particularly respect agree with my decision? What would my friends and family think of my decision? How would they feel if they heard about my actions on the evening news or in the morning paper? If you wouldn't be comfortable with your business-related actions becoming public knowledge, then you should probably reconsider what you intend to do. The final question is, can I take pride in my decision? To be a true positive professional in any job, one must be accountable. Being accountable means taking responsibility for the work, both the process and the result. It means being responsible to yourself, management, customers, coworkers, and the organization as a whole. Accountability also involves reliability. Coworkers, customers, and bosses have to be able to rely on you. It means keeping promises and commitments, and it means being trustworthy. An accountable professional is also objective. He or she separates opinions from facts, personal issues from work issues, and preferences from policies. Accountability is based on conscientiousness as well, both to people and processes. To be an accountable professional, a person must also be knowledgeable, knowing all there is to know about the job and making the effort to learn whatever is not known. Accountability and quality work go hand in hand. An accountable professional produces quality work. Professionals understand the standards for every task they do and always meet or exceed those standards. Professionals check with their bosses regularly to find out what is expected of them. In addition to meeting the expectations of their superiors, professionals think about what they could expect of themselves, and they set their expectations high. They pay attention to details. They understand that the total quality depends on meeting standards for every feature of a job. Professionals also know that quality depends on successfully identifying and solving problems that stand in the way of a positive result. Communication is arguably one of the most important business skills, no matter what your industry. Communication is something we do reflexively, like breathing. It might seem easy, but communicating effectively actually takes quite a bit of finesse. Choosing the right words, listening with our minds instead of just our ears, and getting our message across are skills that we all need to work on. At home and in social settings, miscommunication can lead to arguments. In the workplace, the repercussions can be far more serious. Poor productivity, unmotivated employees, even lawsuits can result from communication breakdowns at the office. Using effective communication with coworkers will help you understand each other better, get things done quicker, and leave work feeling more satisfied and valued. A few other items to remember when thinking about positive communication is professionals keep people up to date on their progress. They ask specifically for what they want or need. They don't expect others to read their minds, and they are always courteous about their requests. They don't lay blame or make excuses. They take responsibility for their actions. They make the effort to put themselves in another person's shoes. Unfortunately, rude and uncivil behavior is becoming more common both in and outside of the workplace. There may be various reasons for this kind of behavior in the workplace. One, work pressures, for example, may cause some people to act aggressively or defensively. A heavy workload, competition for promotions, and interpersonal conflicts arising out of work-related situations can all flame hostilities and explode in rude and uncivil behavior. Or personal stress, such as financial problems or trying to balance work and family, can spill over into the workplace and cause employees to act in ways that they wouldn't normally act. Or as workplaces become more diverse, people from different backgrounds and cultures are brought together, sometimes for the very first time. Prejudices, retaliation, or bullying, even gossip may surface as a result. One downfall that can trip up even the best of employees from being professionals is workplace gossip. It seems so harmless, the little chit-chat at the water cooler about so-and-so, the debate over someone's relationship with someone else, the speculation about so-and-so. But is it chit-chat or is it gossip? How can you tell the difference? And who cares? There's a very big difference, and it is an important one, because gossip run amok can be dangerous and destructive in the workplace. So how does one tell the difference between idle chatter or gossip? While idle chit-chat and other light conversation can be value neutral, gossip is often negative, inflammatory, and embarrassing to the person being spoken of. Here's a test. Consider the impact of what's being said. Does it cast negative aspirations? Does it create rifts? Does it exult in the misfortune of others? Does it have a negative emotional charge? Does it serve to perpetuate conflict or negativity or put an end to the conflict? Is it hurtful or damaging? Is it something you would say in front of that person? Gossip damages workplaces by lessening employee productivity because employees take time away from their work. It can also lower staff morale, diminish trust in other employees, and create a division. Gossip at its worst can be malicious and result in lawsuits for defamation, invasion of privacy, retaliation, bullying, harassment, and malicious interference with employability. Additionally, both the employer and employees who gossip can be held liable for damages. Let's say you're not a gossiper. You simply listen to your coworkers so as not to be rude. You've been taught to be a team player, right? But here's the thing that most people don't realize. As a listener, you are a co-narrator to the gossip. In other words, the act of active listening actually supports and promotes gossiping. The more you listen, the more you encourage it. If you don't listen, the gossip has nowhere to go. Listed are some ways we can stop our participation in office gossip. What is workplace bullying? Workplace bullying is repeated health-harming mistreatment. Offensive conduct or behaviors including nonverbal, which are threatening, humiliating, or intimidating, in which the treatments interfere with work. So why is it such a problem? It's a problem that has invaded the life of 37% adult Americans without invitation. In its more severe forms, it triggers a host of stress-related health complications. The person's immediate job and often career are often disrupted. Workplace bullying is also bad for business. Some of the ways that companies suffer due to bullying include high turnover, which is expensive for companies as they invest in hiring and training new employees only to lose them shortly thereafter. Low productivity, since employees are not motivated to do their best. Lost innovation, since the bully is more interested in attacking his or her victim than advancing the company, and the victims become less likely to generate or share new ideas. Difficulty hiring quality employees, as word spreads that the company has a hostile work environment. As you look through the signs of bullying above, some of them may surprise you. OnePath commits to ensuring a bully-free and hostile-free work environment. Regardless of the reason, there is no reasoning for negative workplace behavior and cannot be tolerated. If you feel as though you have been treated unethically or unprofessionally, the first step is to always try and address it with the person you feel is treating you this way. Let the person know you expect to be treated with respect and dignity. If the employee continues to act in an unacceptable way, speak with your immediate manager or HR. Don't let the matter slide. If an employee ignores your warnings, then it's time to take the next step. So let's recap our role as models of professional behavior. As we said at the beginning of this session, creating a professional environment in our department begins with each one of us. Always treat employees with dignity and respect. Make clear that rude, unprofessional, and uncaring behavior cannot be tolerated, and that we expect employees to be respectful toward us and cooperative with one another. Take immediate action to deal with inappropriate, unethical, or unprofessional behavior. Encourage one another to develop a healthy work ethic, which includes treating others with dignity and respect, taking responsibility, and personal accountability, holding ourselves to the highest ethical level, and focusing exclusively on the job at hand and how to accomplish it in the most productive manner. Treating people fair and just is not only right, but it's the law. And demonstrate your loyalty to the organization and its mission. We should also never hold a grudge against an employee or play favorites. Never gossip about one employee with another employee. In fact, never gossip, period. Never engage in any kind of behavior that could be construed as harassment of an employee. And finally, we should project a positive professional attitude even in the difficult times. Face up to problems, take a proactive and positive approach to solving them, and encourage other employees to do the same. Be discreet and protect employee and company privacy and customer confidentiality. Be a can-do leader who welcomes challenges. Challenge yourself and others to maintain high standards and hold ourselves accountable. Thank you for your participation in today's training on positive and professional workplace behavior.